Hello, everyone, and let's begin. Kanye West. Well, Kanye West. Kanye West. Before I go into it, thank you ever so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And thank you for all the support I've received thus far. Kanye West refused access to the UK. And I know I'm late to the party on this. I know that this has been rumbling on for a few days now, but I thought I would give my 2 penneth or 10 penneth or however you want to say it on the situation, because I think there's a bigger deal here than what is on the surface level of this. So Kanye West, rapper, hip-hop artist, genius, gay fish, if you want to follow the South Park depiction of him. Which is still by far my favourite depiction of Kanye West at all. He was due to come to the UK to headline the Wireless Festival for 3 days running. Now, before I go into the ins and outs of it, Kanye West, not my cup of tea. I am a big fan of hip-hop, rap, have been following it for donkey's years now. Never quite got Kanye West. Didn't quite see the genius behind him. I always thought it was bang average. To be honest, quite bang average. However, despite all the accolades and the plaudits and everything, I've just never really got Kanye West. I mean, I'm old enough to still remember Hurricane Katrina. What was that, around 2005? And him and Mike Myers going on television to try and ask for help and donations and such. And Mike Myers gives this impassioned speech, and then Kanye West just goes, President Bush does not care about black people. And then Mike Myers just like, okay, right, moving on. Go to a commercial break. I always thought Kanye West was a little bit like, he was more important than he always thought he was more important than what he actually was. But unfortunately, there was far too many people who backed him up with that line of thinking. And he's not one to be shy of challenging opinions, shall we say. So why are we mentioning this? Because due to him wanting to come into the country to headline this festival for 3 days, the UK government, of all people, have denied him access to the UK based on the reasoning that he would not be conducive to the good of the nation, of the people. Okay, fine. Reason for it. Okay, so they've gone down the line of anti-Semitism. Okay, and I can understand why they have. You only have to look at Kanye West's prior posts, songs, within the last 6-7 years, shall we say. I mean, if you're going to make a song that's called Heil Hitler, you're going to cause a bit of problem. And the government have sort of decided that due to his anti-Semitism, that there was an actual danger to the UK population. He has subsequently, and this is what makes me laugh, because I can't quite see the link. He has apologised for his prior comments and his songs and his opinions against the Jews. But then he's blamed it on where he has bipolar and he was going through a weird mental moment. Okay. Now, bipolar, extreme highs, extreme lows, extreme Nazism, wasn't really listed on that, to be honest, but that's the excuse he's going for. I don't see it. I can't link the two. With my mental health, I suddenly became very anti-Jew and very Nazi, shall we say. But I'm all right now. I'm fine. But we're kind of moving away from the point here, and I want to come back to it, because regardless of what you think or what I think of Kanye West or his music or his opinions and all that, the government have drawn a line in the sand. And what they have said is, due to your anti-Semitic opinions and posts and music, you are not allowed in this country. Okay, fine, fair enough. My God, they are massive hypocrites, though. Huge, dirty, stinking hypocrites. Now, Keir Starmer, I mean, I've got a separate video just for you, Keir, to be honest, and that'll be coming up in a couple of days or so. But the problem is that if you're going to set a rule, you kind of need to be consistent with that rule, don't you? Because I'm not the first person by far to mention this comparison, but you can't be saying to Kanye West, you're not allowed to come into the country because you've said things that are quite anti-Semitic, and we think that's unacceptable and you shouldn't be allowed here. But literally within the last couple of weeks, welcome in the leader of Syria, who it is quite well known, and if we know about it, Keir would know about it as well, that he has affiliate links with Al-Qaeda, ISIS. His own regime has slaughtered thousands of people in Syria, including Jews, Christians, and other faiths, and generally his own people. But he was allowed to come in. There he was shaking hands with Keir, and then he got shown to the king, or King Charles Al Jihad, or whatever name he is now, because it's clear that he's now Muslim. We've got a Muslim king now, and his obsession with Islam. He's got a bit of an issue, though, Charlie boy, because, you know, what were those sausage fingers he's got? You know, the Muslims don't like pork, so he's got to try and figure that one out. But that visit was okay. That wasn't seen as not conducive to the good of the nation, or the people of the nation. That was fine. So what does this tell us? This tells us that there's a bigger issue going on here, because if you were to live and die by the rule of, we do not want anti-Semitism here, people who are dangerous in that respect, you can't pick and choose. You can't pick and choose here. You've got to either allow nobody or allow everyone, because if you don't, your own biases, God, I wish I knew words. Your own biases are going to show through. And as much as I jest, it kind of does worry me greatly that this government, this leader of ours, very much wants to control what you see, what you hear. There's literally no reason, in my opinion, why those thousands of people who had booked tickets to go to the Wireless Festival to see Kanye West would be deprived that opportunity. I mean, the whole festival itself has had to be cancelled, because if he's the headline act for 3 days running and they haven't got a headline act anymore, well, what's the point? So they've all had to be refunded. It's a slippery slope here, especially when the hypocrisy is so blatant between the two. And this ain't the first time. I mean, there's been plenty of people who've come to this country on behest of Keir, or the king, Charlie boy, Charlie fingers, that would kind of go against their idea of, well, we need to protect the Jews and all that. Okay, Keir, well, when you've made this essentially a caliphate, an extension of the Islam world, not really thinking about the Jews then, are you? You know, the Jews and the Muslims, a bit like oil and water there. They don't tend to mix very well. But, you know, we have their best interests at heart, you know, the Jews. Yes, Keir, I'm sure you do. What do you think? I mean, I think sometimes this can go down the line of, it's just down to whether you like Kanye West or not. And I don't think it should be. Okay, he's not my cup of tea, but I can't see any reason why he shouldn't have come here, done his songs to people who have paid to see him, to then leave, especially when you're going to invite somebody in who has literally killed people. Now, let's remember, one of them was putting posts on X and making songs. The other person literally killed people, you know. Madness, utter madness. And I think it's just another example of what kind of government we have in place, what kind of setup we have in place, what kind of state we are. We are in a state, to be honest. If we are being looked at by other countries around the world and going, oh, don't end up like them, how have we ended up in this place? To be honest, well, we know how we've ended up here, but you know, you're not allowed to say that, remember? You can't talk about how we got here. But that's my sort of input on it. I mean, stopping rappers from coming here because it's not conducive to the greater good of the country. All right, Keir. Yeah, thanks, Keir. Yeah, you know what's right, don't you? Absolute bullshit. Anyway, thank you ever so much for jumping in. It's just a shorter one today. Interested to see what happens now. Who else he's going to cancel? Who else is going to stop from coming in? And not only that, on the other side of that, who he is going to continue to let in. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the news, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, folks.